The whole village was on fire the next morning, not with flames, but with anger, shock, and shame. How could it be Mbechi, the small man with the round head and tiny legs? He had lived in the village forest for years with his wife Ngozi. Everyone thought they were harmless. They never talked much. They walked together like two small shadows. But now his secret had come out. He was the one stealing people's ripe palm kernel, sneaking into farms at midnight, climbing trees like a lizard, and escaping into the dark. That very day, the elders called a serious meeting under the big tree at the village square. Even people who hadn't attended meetings in years came out. Chief Agata stood up and spoke. This is not just theft, it's wickedness. It's disrespect. We all trusted him. The village agreed. Tonight, the elder said, we move. That night, Mbechi and Ngozi were in their hut, quiet and tired. Their eyes were red. They had not slept well. Mbechi looked around their small compound. Two empty sacks leaned against the wall. His short cutlass was hanging from the roof. His wife was sitting quietly, holding her knees. He whispered, I think they saw me well last night. Ngozi replied, we must leave this village before daybreak. But how? With what? Where will we go? As they were still talking, they heard footsteps from outside, then voices, then torches, then drums, the kind of drum that beats for shame. They both stood up at the same time. Run! Mbechi shouted. He grabbed one of the sacks and threw it on his shoulder. Ngozi picked her wrapper and ran barefooted into the back bush path behind their hut. But what they didn't know was that the youths had already blocked all the exits. This time, the village was ready. As they ran through the thick bush, trying to escape in the darkness, one boy shouted, There! I see them! The youths chased them, running fast. Mechi, even with short legs, ran as fast as his heart could carry him, but his sack was slowing him down. Ngozi tripped and fell, bruising her arm, but stood up and kept going. They ran past the riverbank. They ran past the old yam barn. They ran into the thickest part of the bush, but they didn't know that Chief Agata's son and two hunters were already waiting there. Suddenly, stop there! Torchlights flashed, sticks raised. There was nowhere else to run. Mechi dropped his sack slowly and knelt down. Ngozi fell beside him, breathing fast, her wrapper half unwrapped, sweat on her face. Please, Mechi said, raising his tiny hands. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disgrace my family. I was only hungry. One of the elders stepped forward. He was holding a long cane. And the people you stole from, were they not hungry too? Mechi looked down. Tears dropped from his eyes. Ngozi wiped her face with her palm. Don't beat us. We will never do it again. We were just trying to survive. Back to the village. They tied their hands, not with rope, but with a long palm frond, as a sign of shame, and they were marched back into the village square. Women came out and hissed. Children pointed. Old men shook their heads. Chief Agata raised the sack and said, This is the last time anyone in this village will steal and hide in darkness. The elders didn't take them to prison. They made them sweep the whole village square every morning for 14 days, and they were banned from entering anyone's farm ever again. Mechi and Ngozi lived in quiet shame from that day. Nobody greeted them again. Nobody bought anything from them at the market. Their faces became full of sadness. Their shops stayed closed, and the palm trees in the village grew in peace again. Moral lesson: stealing may give you quick gain, but it will also give you a name you will never wash off. No matter how small you are or how quiet, when you do evil, you will be caught. There is no shortcut in life that ends well. Hard work may be slow, but it will not disgrace you. Just like the dwarf man, Mechi, people may forget your smile, but they will never forget your shame.